the most stupid reason two people wanted to divorce? She saw a picture of him contra dancing he'd posted on Facebook. She knew he went contra dancing. That part wasn't the surprise. In fact, I'm still confused about this one. Maybe she just wanted a divorce but didn't have the guts to actually admit she wanted one. So she just blamed some stupid thing he did instead of actually assuming the guilt and fault of initiating a divorce. I'm not a divorce attorney, but my former subordinate got divorced over Pokemon cards. At one point during the separation, she came to work to accuse him of stealing some of her heirs. It got near physical and we had to have security forces remove the spouse so we could get back to work. They were a hot mess. Obligatory, not a lawyer. But a lawyer I know got a case because the husband didn't change his Facebook status to married quickly enough after the wedding. It was like 2 weeks. The judge laughed at the lady and made them get marriage counseling. Lawyer pocketed north of $1,000 for that. My ex's boyfriend. Never married. Mom told me that at his wedding to his now ex-wife he didn't introduce her immediately as his wife, so she flipped the hell out and started berating him in front of their guests. Marriage lasted less than 1 year. Don't get me wrong. He's an ashat. But yikes. Maybe not be hateful to the person you just pledged to spend your life with. Back in 1996, a woman filed for divorce. Seemingly out of nowhere. To end her marriage of 25 years. 2 years later, her ex-husband received a letter in the mail about her lump sum lottery winnings. Turns out that 11 days before filing for divorce she had won $1.3 million in the lottery. She didn't disclose this at all during the divorce proceedings in an effort to keep the winnings all to herself, as he would have received half under California law. When the ex-husband took this to court, the judge said she had violated state asset disclosure laws and gave all of her winnings to him. Her law apparently said that if she had said something during the divorce, it's possible she might have been able to keep all of it or come to some agreement. But because of what she did, she lost it all. Here is a more detailed article about the whole thing. Kid got one elephant ride too many. Mom and dad agreed before dad took daughter to circus that one elephant ride should be plenty. Mom later finds out that dad let daughter have 2, not 1. As agreed. But 2 elephant rides. As mom would describe it, he's doubling down again. Trying to get her to hate me. I know it. Why the hell else is someone letting their kid ride an elephant halfway around the whole damn town? Everybody knows now. I knew a couple who married super early and divorced so he could join the Naval Academy. Apparently you can't enter if you're married. They stayed together and remarried after he graduated. This seems like one of the least stupid reasons for a divorce. Good on them for having such a strong and understanding relationship. And thank you for sharing such an interesting tale. I have a friend who used to be a security guard at a courthouse. He said one time he had to watch over a divorce proceeding between a 80-year-old man and his 40-year-old Vietnam wife. She said, in broken English, she wanted to divorce him because he couldn't satisfy her anymore. During the beginning of the case, she word. Eventually the judge said, we will have to continue on a future date. She immediately said then forget it, got up and walked out of the courtroom. I know this isn't the reason for the divorce. Sorry. But it made me wonder what precipitated the divorce since it was so paranoid. My sister worked for a divorce attorney. And she had to field a couple of phone calls from a guy in the midst of a messy divorce. He insisted that his ex was putting rocks on his lawn to mess with the lawnmower. And he was trying to somehow add that to the divorce proceedings. Not an attorney. But my mom is a paralegal. There was one case that kept dragging along because they were fighting over the luggage. Once that was settled, they started arguing over a $25 plastic palm tree. That palm tree prompted the case to go into mediation, costing both of them around $1,000 each just for the mediation. Isn't that the point where both attorneys get together and buy each other's client a tiny plastic palm tree as a thank you? But then how would the poor lawyers be able to charge $1,000? My client and his wife were into a role-playing game. I think Second Life. Everyone had an avatar, I suspect that his and his wife's were much more sprightly than they were in real life. Anyway, he